Okay, so we have two new images from you, and they both fit much more clearly with your assignment that you had turned in at the beginning as far as what your goals were. So there's a couple of reasons for that. I think one of the main reasons is that they're simplified images. So here you have the sun or the moon rather up in the sky. You have the negative space taking up 3/4 of the frame, maybe more than that. Then you have the tree line and you have the grass. So it's a very simplified image. In this image, again, it's the same sort of setting. You're filling most of the frame actually with that, the trees and the grass, the opposite of what you had last time. But you have this really shallow depth of field because you're using a long lens at shooting it at f4. And you have this one little zone of plants and spider web that have that dew on them that are in focus for us. So it's simplified. We know right where to look. Now, if we look at this with your images, if we start looking at them down here with these images that you've been showing us the last couple of weeks, let's see, can I make it a little bit larger? Yeah. We can see that it doesn't quite fit. Maybe this image it fits with, but it doesn't quite fit with these. These are more based in just reality. They're just like documentations of the place. What you have in these two images that you don't have, you have it a little bit here with the clouds, but you don't have here, is this kind of ethereal look. You have a dreamy landscape. This is accomplished by the lighting, the time of day that you're photographing this, and the fog that's there. Something is adding to this image to make it kind of otherworldly, right? So simplification, lighting, and weather are the three things that are pulling these images away from those bright green images of the park. They're also, that park was a very manicured setting, and these images are not. These images are of an open field. It's very natural. Like, it's manicured, I suppose that this field at one point was probably used for something, and that's why the tree line is so straight there. Maybe it's just a marshy area or something. But in general, it has a much more natural feel. But if we put it in with these images here, I'm not sure that it fits 100%. And that's because there's like a sharpness, a rigidness to these other images that you had. And that's not coming through here. These are still based in that like crisp reality where these images are a little bit removed from that. But you can see that the lighting is much more similar to what we have in these images. Just shooting it early in the morning or late in the evening is making a huge difference here. They're simplified like these other images where there's a subject that is very clear. So it's a spider web, it's the tree line, it's the tree, it's the sign, it's a tree. So we can see how it starts to mix in. Maybe if these images weren't so close together and you had more of these images, maybe these images that are from Texas are going to be a little bit different. Maybe simply based on where they're being photographed, they do tend to be a little bit different. That's fine, and we'll just have to start to mix them in. So we can still look at this image and then this image and feel like we're on the same path, right? Feel like they're similar enough that they're part of the same body of work. And same here. You can, let's see what these images are. You could bring this down here, and these feel similar enough that they can go together. So I think you're on the right path here. I think photographing, at these shoulder hours and photographing in a more simplistic way and including the weather is going to work really well for you to fill this portfolio out. So right now, I think you have two new images from this full semester right now. You have two new images that you can work into your portfolio. And as you have more of these images, I think it'll round it out, but you're going to have to keep doing some shooting here. especially going into your midterm where I'm going to say half of those images need to be new for your midterm.